going on Instagram? This is your boy T-Rod coming to you live from New York City with my boy John over here, my boy Derek. Those who know, as always, I like to travel and go from city to city, state to state to do lives with clients who have been a part of my service for 6 months, a year, whatever it is, to talk about their experience. We always talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and that again, that means their profits, their revenue, possible suspensions, anything that I feel that can add value to you guys that are watching my video, especially if you have questions. And towards the end of this video, we will dive into some Q&A so that you can ask some of the guys here. So without further ado, I want them to take it over, John and Derek. Let them know a little bit about you guys, how old you are, where you're from, what do you guys do for a living, what kind of investments you go into. We'll let you dive in and we'll just piggyback off each other.
Thanks for that warm welcome. My name is Derek, 25 years old, born and raised all my life here in New York. Known Tommy around 2 years now, got into his service about 2 years ago. I do real estate here, I'm a real estate agent. And obviously I'm in e-commerce as well. And just we're also in the crypto world. There's many opportunities out there.
Of course, yeah. And yeah, we joined, and yeah, same here. My name is John. I'm 25 years old as well. Very similar backgrounds. I was born in Ecuador. I grew up here in Queens, New York. And yeah, it's been a hell of a ride. And we very open-minded, very interested in various investments, crypto, e-commerce. I'm also a real estate agent. If you're looking to buy a house, sell a house, I'll be your man.
You see you guys.
And yeah, I'm very excited to be here. Thank you for having us, Tommy.
Of course.
You really changed your lives, I'm telling you.
Appreciate you, brother.
Really.
So you guys know me for a couple of years. How did you guys initially find me? What led you to my profile back then? Do you know if it was a video, an ad? I mean, again, I know it was a couple of years ago, but do you remember how?
Well, basically, I found you on Facebook first.
Okay.
I think, did you do some ads on Facebook?
Very possible.
You might have, alright, yeah, that could have been. So I found you on Facebook and then, eventually directed me to Instagram. And I was doing my research before I jumped in here. I was, researching, checking out your past clients, checking out your past clients' results, just networking, $25 is a lot of money to just put it in a random investment without doing your due diligence, right?
Correct.
I pretty much found you on Facebook and Instagram.
Awesome. Now, guys, one thing I want to talk about real quick is that when they joined, I was $25,000. Now, one thing I will say up front that this service is $30,000 currently at the time in this video. Now, even something they don't know, I do have some more packages that I am going to be releasing maybe soon. So people who maybe doesn't have 30K, we might have a lower package. But again, it's going to have different percentages, different things, so many different things that we are rolling out. At the current time of this video, $30,000, you need $15,000 to $20,000 to play with in terms of capital. So with that said, now I just had my first Miami event last November. What did you guys think about that? We had a little over 100 people.
Over-delivered, man.
That is the word, yep.
That is the word. So yeah, it was amazing. I got to meet a lot of successful entrepreneurs, like-minded individuals. We networked, we had a great time, we had some great food, open bar. And yeah, he had a little surprise for us at the end. We went to a yacht. We had a whole Miami tour. It was amazing. I love it.
Now, real quick, you guys aren't fucking paid actors or anything, are you? I'm not paying you to be here.
No.
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 Of course not.
I say that jokingly in a lot of my videos, but I know that people will come onto my videos or watch my lives or watch the recordings and, oh, maybe they're fake, maybe they're not. And obviously at the end of the day, I think I've been doing this for long enough, 3.5 years, Amazon automation, 7 years plus, selling on Amazon, doing the dropshipping business model. I've been doing it for so long that I have so much proof going back on my Facebook posts, things like that are still there, currently to this date. And again, the job isn't to convince everybody that watches this video because honestly, at the end of the day, we don't want everybody. Not everyone, even if you have $30,000, I'm going to be brutally honest, it doesn't mean you still qualify. There's other people who've come in here where my marketing team or me personally, if they've been in my DMs, that just their attitude or their aura or just their energy levels, it's not somebody I want to work with or their expectations, right? Because we do preach that this is a 12 to 18 month investment. Now, future results or the past results of my clients do not dictate or guarantee any kind of future results with you guys in any kind of business, whether it's crypto, stocks, Amazon automation, Walmart automation, or anything else. Never invest money into a service or business that you cannot afford to financially lose. Again, never invest what you can't afford to lose. I have to say that because even though a lot of people say they understand business, it's different when you're actually forking that money up and giving it up. You're signing the contract, and then something actually does go wrong in the business, and then everyone wants to point a finger here, not taking the responsibility on the fact that they understood, the risk that was involved into the business. So you guys went to the Miami event. You guys obviously saw how awesome that is. Obviously, we have another event coming up, about 5-6 weeks from now. Again, same spot. COVID again has some restrictions, so many places we can't go, especially with the amount of people that we want. So, you guys, how long had you actually been a part of my service?
So we joined officially on I'd say August 2019.
2019. And guys, today is May 10th, 2021.
Yes.
So you joined August 2019. Do you remember when you went live? Your store launched?
Right. Officially, I went live on January 2020.
Okay.
Had my first sale in February of 2020.
It took you about 3-4 months to finish doing all the setup and all the process. Do you know when you made your first sale? I know that was exciting.
February. One sale.
One sale. One sale.
It's better than nothing. Right?
That's right. So, how long did it take for you to actually make your money back? And again, guys, one thing I ask in all my videos, just so that people understand, because I know not everyone has the attention span to watch some of my other videos. You might be watching this live, but you do have a CPA and a bookkeeper verifying your numbers. Is that correct?
Indeed, yeah.
Okay. That's the only way to go in business, especially when it's your business, correct?
Of course.
And again, why we make that a requirement, especially legally in my contract, is because last thing we want is to be able to give someone the sheets and say, hey, you made $20,000 net profit this month without it being verified and backed by CPA. So, because again, at the end of the day, this is still their business. They want to know that they're not getting some fabricated or bullshit numbers that are just tossed to them. And then even once they pay that, get the 20,000, let's say, profit, they still have to pay 70-30 split between them and obviously our employees. So I want to make sure that's understood. So February, you made your first sale. How long did you say that it took you to make a whole investment back?
Give or take, I'd say 11 months.
11 months?
11 months, yeah.
Now, when you guys came in here, what was your expectations on when you thought you'd make it back, if you would make it back? What was in your mind in terms of, all right, I think I'll make it back in 6 months, 8 months. Did you have that in the back of your mind, or did you just say, hey, I'll just see what happens, or what was your thoughts?
I'm just thankful you didn't take my money and just run away with it. So that's first things first. But no, I'd say first of all, just what took us and during that whole time spent and making that money back was just there was a lot of whole self-development in that. So it's something when you release money that much, you don't just tend to just worry about it. So you get your mind right and just try to focus on. Thankfully, we're also focused on other things as well. You always mention that this is not should be your primary source of income.
Yeah,
so we keep that in mind. And we're in real estate as well. So we had.
As the business grew, as the infrastructure grew, there's more opportunities presented. We took advantage of everything: cashbacks, credit cards, network, more cashback, a bunch of cashback.
Cashback is great.
Yeah, and then we
great.
leveraged our credit, so we got free travel. We got to go to your event for free because we leveraged our credit.
Awesome.
Which is key. We just trust the process. We never came with the expectation that we're gonna make our money back in 6-9 months. No, we really had money set aside in case of emergency money. We trust the process. We trust your service.
Appreciate it.
You put in that work. Automation, baby.
Already.
You know what it is.
Now, so you've been with us. Fair to say, it's probably creeping up on 2 years?
Yeah.
But live for maybe about 19 months or
little less live.
Yeah, 17, 18 months?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Again, I'm not doing the math off the top of my head, but have you actually been suspended on Amazon? That's one of the things people always love to know. And if so, for how long?
Yeah, we actually just got out of suspension. I'd say maybe 5 days ago. We were suspended for about 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
And it was the first time ever experiencing that. We understand that that's the worst thing that can possibly come out of this business.
Yeah.
So when we went through, we basically those months that we were making our money, we didn't. We decided as partners that we were not gonna cash out and go ahead and buy the new watch, buy the new car, stuff like that, because we were preparing for moments like that. We were anticipating a suspension, and that's we had that. And if we didn't have any funds in our bank account, then our credit would have been shredded.
Of course. And additionally, we use the plum card. The good old plum card, American Express. which gives you an additional 60 days in case you're not able to pay that back.
Something happens.
Which is key. Yeah.
Now, did you earn a lot of points through that? You said you did, right?
Yeah.
So outside of the profits that you made your money back in 11 months. So basically, after 11 months, it basically was like house money at that point, right?
Yeah.
One thing that, again, we talk about again in a lot of my videos is that suspensions. Everybody hates the word. Nobody likes it, and the reality is it can happen for a lot of reasons if you're watching this video. It can happen because competitors will report you for inauthentic claims, which is a bitch to get back. We can get it back. We have gotten it back. Hell, one of my last lives, he was a client that got hit with inauthentic claims, and we got it back. We have people reporting you for drop shipping policies. It's not necessarily just customers on Amazon. It's competitors, from FBA sellers to other Amazon automation competitors to other people who just blogs, forums, and stuff like that just want to eliminate all types of sellers for the sake of competition. Now, there are some responsibilities on our employees and stuff, from valid tracking to shipment rates to order defect rate, but there are so many things that are out of our control that we can't control. When we talk about suspensions, a lot of people are very aware of stocks, cryptocurrency, rental properties, and one thing that can happen in stocks and cryptocurrency is that how you can put your money in and it can automatically start tanking, and you can lose your money, and it might be able to bounce right back up. Or you might put it in, it goes up, and you keep holding, and it just tanks, and you literally just take a hit financially. And who knows if it can go back up, right? It's FOMO, right? But it's the same thing again in rental properties. If any one of you guys are real estate agents on here that own rental properties, you would understand and know that sometimes people and tenants don't pay their bills. They don't pay their rent. Therefore, you have to physically come out of your own pocket to cover that expense and that rent in the meantime. It's not a reason to throw in the towel. It's not a reason to sell the property. Every business has risks. It's all part of the ups and downs. At the end of the day, we have our in-house suspension team that handles all of that. So it's not something that if you get suspended, hey, it's the end of the world. However, that is somehow, some people look at it. They get suspended, they get upset, and you know what? This isn't worth my money. It's not worth my time. There is risk, right? So why don't we get ready to turn this over? Let's show them your 2020 numbers and revenue. And let's get your revenue, let's get your profit. Now, your CPA does all this, right? You're not a CPA?
No.
So you don't do your own books?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. You made total income revenue $362,000.
Okay, $362,000.
Yeah, $362,000.
What was your profit?
Gross profits were $57,000.
$57,000.
First year.
First year.
Yep. How much we paid? $25,000.
That's right.
You guys do the math.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, once you're done with that, why don't we show them also your 2021 numbers? Because his 2021 numbers are already looking like they'll be able to hit easy $80,000 to $100,000 net this year. Again, that's just projected. I can't say that they're really going to hit that, but why don't we show them also those numbers as well?
Yep.
Where you're at for 2021?
So yeah, same thing. 2021, $143,000 in revenue, and our total net profit $39,000.
$39,000, so $40,000, and they're already catching up to pretty much where they were. Keep in mind, they were suspended for about 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yep.
So if you really want to get technical, that's an average of, 4.5 months, and that's an average of, 8 to 10K a month net profit, hands-free. So when we say it's hands-free, a lot of people think, oh, it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. Not realizing that, again, if you had a rental property, a commercial property, you hire property management to collect the rent, handle the repairs, do the repairs, whatever it is, and again, do all the legwork for you. But nobody looks at that concept as a too good to be true. This is the same thing. This is a digital asset. This is Amazon automation. If you can get people to run your own store, and for those who know, I've had the same team since 2015, but we're going to dive into some changes that's recently happened, obviously for the better. Back in 2015, I hired somebody to do my own store because I couldn't keep up with all the orders. So, and then eventually, after training for a couple years in 17, I decided to launch Amazon automation. If they could do my team, why can't I put a system together to run other people's stores on their behalf? They have to do some initial setup, get things going, and stuff like that. Once they're done, they give us permissions, and we literally take over the store from A to Z. So you guys don't do any legwork, right? Do you do product searching? Do you do returns? Do you do anything?
None
So what do you actually do? What's your involvement?
Literally just a transfer of numbers. So Amazon pays every 2 weeks, and then we use that same funds to pay our credit cards and to pay our virtual assistants. And the rest, it's up to us. Reinvest.
That's right.
And yeah, buy some crypto.
So basically, what it sounds like is all you do is refresh the app to check your, just to check your sales.
Check it out, man. Yeah.
So, couple things, guys, and many of you may not know this, but I recently, May 1st, decided to get rid of what my team was in Bangladesh. A lot of people that are copying my business model, everyone that's white labeling and doing this shit, they just went out, they got a VA, and they're just letting people run the stores, or they're white labeling and acting like it's theirs, like I always say. I've had the same manager for, again, quite some time. The problem is they were exactly what that is. Managers, VAs. There was no control. They've gotten great work, obviously, to date. They've done great, but there's so many things that could have been 10 times better. Plus, I had no control. So in 2016, I met one of my guys that is now part of my head director in Colombia. We decided to, for the last 7-8 months, I put in millions of dollars, over 350 grand into a software for, obviously my clients. Never mind the office, the laptop, the construction, the work, the internet, everything being built up from the ground up. What we did by doing this is we took back way more control. And we wanted to separate from everyone else that's doing this, because a lot of people are doing it, they're just doing it for the short term. They're not trying to be here long term. And by me doing this, it sets us up so that we have more control, more power, more leverage, and more people even get better results, right? So that's something that so many people were really fucking excited about. I was excited about. It was really hard for me to keep my mouth shut the whole time because everyone was asking what's coming. Spill the beans, Tommy. Spill the beans. But that's really exciting news for a lot of people that are part of the service that already have seen how good it is to where this is going. It's just showing that this is the tip of the iceberg, and we launched it May 1st, literally 9 days ago. So again, guys, this is going to be much bigger than just, hey guys, come in here, pay, and we can just use VAs. No, we have employees. And again, like I've said before, if you saw a Cadillac Escalade and a Chevy Tahoe back to back, and you can afford both of them because they're relatively close in price, 90% of people, maybe 95, are going to pick the Cadillac, right? Because of brand. So that's exactly what I've been doing, obviously, with my business model and obviously my employees. I have a company now in Colombia. Everything is established and on the up and up. I don't want to dive too much into that right now. I have a video for that. But how much capital outside of all that did you guys come in here with to play with for your store?
Yeah, I mean, we have a charge card, so basically, there's no limit, there's no spending limit, and it adjusts to how much you spend every month. So we've never had a problem, and I'd say we reached like around 100K in sales using our credit card, no problem at all. We just pay it off on time before 15 days to get the extra cashback, 1.5 cashback.
Would it be fair to say that with just your points alone, would you feel, and again, I don't know what your points look like because I'm not in your statements.
Right.
Would it be fair to say that your points alone probably covered the VA fees? Or at least some of them, or maybe 10% of it?
100%, yeah. Yeah, for sure. And some extra profit as well.
And extra profits.
Yeah.
So people don't understand the maximized, we don't really count, obviously, people's credit card points or cashback sites as obviously part of the initial profit in terms of when to pay, obviously, the employees. So if you really get technical, you have a card that offers you 2%, 3%, just to do the stuff that you might have not already done, but because that we're using it for your storefront, it really helps you maximize, obviously, paying the VAs and stuff like that. So we've talked about your numbers, we talked about your profit, we've talked about all that. What did you guys think about my May 1st announcement with the Colombian? What was your, I believe you guys were on the live watching it. There was hundreds and hundreds of people, but what was your initial thoughts?
Well,
if you guys had any thoughts?
So it's pretty exciting because we're Latinos, and the fact that you're moving this whole thing to a Latino country in Colombia, it excites us. It makes us there's a chance for everybody to eat out there. So it's exciting for us. We actually have a page where we try to embrace our Latino community, and you guys can give us a follow at the Latino Hustler Club. And in that page, we simply just like to use that platform, social media, and just show our success of our own Latino community and embrace other people to post their success and use that platform to reach masses.
Awesome.
But establishing your business in Colombia, it's a genius idea. That made me feel really more like, more confident, more comfortable in that I invested with you guys. You keep reinvesting into infrastructure, which is big for us. You're always here for the long term as well. No short-term gains here, long-term play.
See, a lot of times people like to play the short-term game when it comes to things, whether it's in stocks, crypto, investments, whatever it is that they choose, right? Again, I've been preaching since day one. We're always talking about long-term, right? So, again, by us doing Colombia, Bangladesh is like 16 to 18 hours. It's very inconvenient to get there, and that's dependent on if there's no stops, no layovers. You're talking about Colombia, where I live in Florida, where it's only 3 hours, 3.5 hours max. So it's not far. It's much easier to get down there, handle the work. People can't even get into my office without a face scan, and that's just how much that we've thought about putting into this. Because we're not here for the short term. We have security down at the building. I own the building. It's not leased out. This isn't something VAs own or the employees. I own that building. So even down the road, if something ever happened, I can always turn around and sell that property, maybe potentially for a profit, because it could obviously raise in value, right? You guys have been in the Facebook group. What do you guys think about that?
Very helpful, very helpful. Any question we have, we just write it down there. Everybody just comes as a community as a whole. We all eat, we all help each other out, which is key. It's very key. It's key.
Yeah, everybody's experience is on there. So anybody,
the goods and the bad.
Exactly.
Yeah. So everything's transparent.
Yeah. So when they say the good and the bad, again, I'll probably leave it here before we dive into the questions that you guys may have. And again, if you're watching this on my wall, those who know, I always do an IG live, so it gets recorded. So again, the questions do come from the IG live that we're doing also on my phone at the same time. So as I was telling them earlier, again, it's all about the long term. Do not, and I have to repeat it, do not invest your last dollar into this. And I'm going to use this as an example just to kind of just show where not everybody is qualified for my service, right? I had an email come through 5-6 days ago, maybe even less. I've seen it from one of my, she's not actually my consultant anymore. She's one of my chief executives, or whatever you want to call it. She's now officially in-house, Melissa, those who know her. And this person emailed and was like, I'm not going to pay my fees, because he got suspended, wasn't suspended for long. And he's like, I lost all my money to this investment. And my thought process is, why would you spend your last dollar? And your store was up for a couple months. You were happy when it was going good, but then when it starts going sideways, now you want to get upset. This is where I try to lay down all the expectations. All I can do is give you the expectations in this video, my website, and my legal contract. I can't program this shit in the back of your mind, because you can come in here and say, okay, I don't give a shit. You say whatever you want, Tommy, but I just want to make money. And I think that's how some people think. And again, this is not for you. I'd rather turn you away on my marketing team. I will send you to a competitor if you think that this is some type of get-rich scheme, or you're going to make a lot of money overnight. The first 4 to 6 months, you might not make a lot. You still have to pay, obviously, the employees for their work, because they're putting in the work. But we have to take time to establish your store, grow it, get feedback, get sales. Most businesses, for their first 1 to 2 years, they don't even see a profit. And that's assuming the business is even successful at a breaking even point. So the fact is that many of my clients have made their money back in less than a year. It is not a guarantee. And again, if you can't go at least 1.5 years without your investment fully back, from obviously all the work from Amazon, it's not for you. Again, and if you feel that you can put your 30K or whatever it is into something else and make it back in 3 months, shit, tell me. I'll dump a fucking $1 or $2 into that shit too, if I can double or triple it that quick. So I'm just being brutally honest with you guys. I think a lot of people like my videos because I am transparent. I'm not like a lot of these other people copying and mimicking my shit, where they just tell you whatever the fuck you want to hear just to get you to sign up for the service. I'm not about that. I'd rather take less people, even though we have around 900 clients in my service. I'd rather take less people and let people know that the people that are coming in here, hopefully it's a little bit of a better quality than everybody that has this unrealistic expectation about business and this and that. So with that said, I had to get that off my mouth, even though I probably say it in every one of my lives. But why don't we dive into some Q&A? I know you guys have some questions for them. No. Because if you were to learn how to manage it, then you wouldn't need us. You're paying us to do all that for you. You can obviously take courses and you can learn the in and outs about Amazon. Plus, we do have an FAQ page, pages and books and stuff that you can have in Fresh Desk. We also have our own app that shows you your referrals, how much you owe. You can pay your bill with us through the app. It was recently just submitted, maybe a couple weeks ago, to the Apple Store and Android. And it's been approved on Android. We're still waiting on Apple. Apple takes forever to get shit done. But that would be officially there. Before, it was just a web browser-based extension. And now we actually have it on the Android and App Store for that one. 16% is what they're making. Now, I try to tell a lot of people that the stock market barely does 8% a year. If that, right? And some clients expect a consistent 10% a month. You might not make 10% every freaking month. You might make 5 one month. Hell, 1 month some of my other clients have made 40%, 50%, 60% drop shipping. Again, it's gonna vary because everyone's capital is different, every employee is different, every different customer on Amazon is different. Hell, your store name might be different. Some people think the littlest things, your store name can make the biggest difference. It could be John's Warehouse or somebody else who has a store name Daddy on His Own. They sound the same. I'm just saying, Daddy on His Own might sound sympathetic, and it might be more to that crowd that's buying that grill or patio. So whatever the case is, I'm just thinking of names off the top of my head. But they did, so we said 16%. So that's not bad. And again, guys, it will vary from month to month. If you think that we can consistently get you 10, 20, 30% every single month, and sometimes we can for a little while. But don't be upset if you did 30% 1 month and then 20% the next month. I'm not Jeff Bezos, okay? I can't just magically make all these sales happen for you and get you a guaranteed return of a certain ROI. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, obviously still for the fee. Like if you were selling already on your own, absolutely, it actually helps. What we call those as established age stores. Those actually help you scale faster, assuming you have the credit. And if you've already, let's say you've had it for a year, 2 years, good reviews, you've already gone through invoice requests, hell, you shave off time to be able to make your return. And we do have stores like that we can sell to people from other people who don't want to sell on Amazon anymore that we still have contact with. Maybe not necessarily with our service, but just through other people that I know. And by doing that, you can obviously shave off time. But the downside of that is some of those stores range between $3,000 to $20,000. But you can scale a lot faster, assuming you have the credit for it. God damn, I always do that. We're launching Facebook automation first, and then Walmart automation will be right behind it. I know everyone's asking about that, but nobody else is doing Facebook automation. And I wanted to launch this shit 3 to 6 months ago, but I didn't think it was fair for me to double dip and put more shit out before people saw what I was doing with Columbia and how much money I put out, because what a lot of people would do is they'll just keep throwing out program after program, or have several programs that they're diving into, just to get more money out of people. I'd rather put out the money first, let it come back 10x, obviously with what I'm doing for the infrastructure for the clients first.
I guess it really depends on who your partner is. Your goals have to come to some sort of alignment. There has to be a lot of agreement, not some. And just really, that's the best way I can say. Choose a partner that's somebody with your goals aligned together, and
goals, vision,
communication. A lot of communication. For sure.
I've done it since high school.
Yeah, it's something.
I didn't just meet him last week.
Yeah, we've known each other for like 8+ years now, so.
We built up that trust, and we just took action. Some people just procrastinate, but you gotta just take action. Just trust the process.
You know what they say about procrastination? It's a lot like masturbation. You're just fucking yourself. So don't do it, right? At the end of the day, obviously, again, like they said, go into a partnership with somebody you can obviously trust. A lot of people just have their own selfish needs. And obviously you want to try to make sure that you have a good read on the person you're going into partnership. Obviously they do pretty much everything together from what I see: crypto, investments, real estate, Amazon, whatever it is. And obviously they have that trust, which is again huge, key. And actually they brought Josh out here. You guys may not be able to see him on the video, but he actually came out here. They referred Josh, who came out here to pay cash, obviously for my service, who was referred by them as well. And Josh has been following me, I think, for a couple of years, but he wanted to reach out to them, like, hey, like, is it legit? Does it work?
Yes.
And, while he was here, I believe he was saying, like, dude, I went with you because everybody else that's offering this is doing this, this, and this, and this, and this, right? So, and they're just doing everything they can just to make a buck under the sun. I mean, again, maybe my, way of taking it, right? But that's what it sounds like. So,
just something I was want to add.
Go ahead.
Just have everything on paper. If you're doing partnerships, you can't just go based on word. Always have something on paper, and you guys will cherish that partnership for the long term.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna say boo because it taps into your profits, and I don't think it's a bad idea to use it if you really needs to grow, but you can't consider whatever we make you minus an InstaPay. You can't say, hey, I made 50 or let's say 10 grand because you had to pay another 10 grand towards InstaPay. Like, that's going to be your overhead. We technically made you 20, and we've run into that once or twice before throughout the years where people have used InstaPay or other services where they've had to get paid quicker. But our team's responsibility is not to cover your overhead for all your other expenses. If we make you 20K after paying the team, whatever the case is, if you still had to pay InstaPay or someone else 2%, that's considered your overhead. We still made you 20K. Like, we did our part. So I hope that makes sense. You're allowed to use it, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with it. So I just want to make sure that's, clear.
I got two recommendations. The Chase Inc. 1.5 cashback and the Amex Business Plum Card. It's very key, right?
Yeah.
Would you say anything else?
Charge in general. So
Charge
card, it adjusts to how much we spend every month, so that's always good. And it gives us an extra 1.5 cashback if we pay early.
Which is even better.
And the extra 60 days as well, so to pay
Awesome.
if we pay late.
The ones that we have, we moved away from the ones in Bangladesh to now Colombia, Bogota. And again, keep in mind with the manager that I have now, again, these aren't VAs anymore. These are labeled employees. Like, I own and I have a company in Colombia. So again, there's just much more power and more control. And I think a lot of my clients wanted that, because sometimes there'd be some clients that do get frustrated because the VAs aren't listening, or their English is just not that great, or whatever the case is. So the fact that we have way more control gives us the ability to, one, so that other people can't even try to use my employees. With VAs, people can kind of try to come in and cutthroat. And again, nobody's really done that with me and my team, but there are pretty much all the other VA managers out there. Everybody's using the same freaking guys. So nobody really owns them. And again, some people may not care about that. They just may care about the results. But it just shows that they're in it just for the short term. They're not here to build for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And, obviously everyone has their preference, but I'm trying to do right by my clients to show them that we're here to keep making the money year after year after year. All right, guys, so we're going to get ready to wrap it up. Obviously, I appreciate them letting me come out. We're going to get ready to go to Peter Luger's for dinner tonight, have some steak, have some food, paid for with the Amazon stores. I do appreciate everyone coming on. Look, if you have any questions, obviously, give these two a follow as well. We're going to obviously have the Instagram names in here. They're going to be tagged as well. All we just ask is that you don't bug them 24/7 with questions. If you got questions, you can probably ask. And I hope this video helped and educated you guys on, what the service is and whatnot. But even as I was saying before we let it go and I let them say their piece, not only is Josh here, but we got my other buddy over here that they referred as well. You guys may not be able to see him as well. He also bought the service last time I was here in New York, about what, 5 months ago? 5, 6 months? Yeah, he said yeah. 5, 6 months ago. But appreciate everyone coming on, everyone tuning in. We have more lives going on. Obviously, I'm not doing these every week like I was before. Just I have so much shit going on right now with the kids, with the family, with business, with the gym, with everything. So been kind of obviously going slow, but just want to keep going so I can keep showing you guys whether you take action on my service or not. I hope it at least motivates you. Get into something else and diversify your fucking income. And you know what? Take control of your fucking life. Don't be a little bitch, right? I'm gonna say that frankly. Don't be a little bitch. Take action on something that can change your life, whether it's this or something else. And you got what it takes, man. So do you guys have anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, just basically, just know where you invest your money, and something I really like about this company too is that now they're accepting crypto, right?
That's right.
Right?
Or accept
So I put on my
cryptocurrency.
sweater, and
Big cut.
keeps innovating, man. That's what it is.
Crypto to the moon, man.
To the-
This went from Amazon automation to crypto to the moon. No Doge. Anyway, so we appreciate everyone coming on here again. It's just truly transparent, and I hope you guys at least respect and understand where we're coming from, or where I'm coming from when I explain a lot of this stuff. We just want to have a lot of clients with realistic expectations if they're coming into my service. So with that said, we're gonna get ready for the night. We appreciate you all. See you on the next one. Let's go.
Yo, Mark 9.